Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a little while here. If you're new here, my name is Matt, and this is my little corner of the internet where I like to talk about my hobbies, mainly knitting, but sometimes I do make other things, and sometimes I talk about them here. And if you're still here and you're a returning viewer, it's great to see you again. I've had a little bit of a hiatus from making some knitting videos here on YouTube. I came back from Korea. When was that? About 7 months now? Yeah, 7 months or so. And yeah, I just had a little bit of knitting burnout and was kind of settling back in and looking for work while I was back home. So I didn't really feel too inspired to make some videos or didn't really have too many finished objects. But I'm back now, and hopefully I have been feeling the knitting inspiration a lot more now recently, so hopefully these videos will be back. I'm not too sure if I will make them every 2 weeks like I did before, or maybe every month, or maybe when I just have some things to update you guys on. But I am posting weekly works in progress and finished objects videos on TikTok. If you want to go follow me over there and check me out there. And then I do post some finished object pictures on my Instagram, which will both be in the description below. But yeah, I guess we can just get right into it. I do have quite a few finished objects to show you guys since the last video. And yeah, finished objects. This weekend I had a couple acquisitions. I have been on kind of a personal yarn ban, so I don't have too many acquisitions, but I did pick up a few things. And then I have 2 works in progress to show you guys this week. So let's start with the finished objects. I believe I haven't shown you guys any of these since my last video, but I could be wrong. If there is a repeat, I'm really sorry. I tried to go back and see where we left off, but it was kind of a little bit ago. So yeah, and I will have my phone here just so I can look at which yarns I used for my projects, since I do post all the patterns and everything on my Instagram, like I said. But yeah, the first one, I guess we'll start with what I'm wearing and the first finished object to show you guys, and this is my Le Seraphim sweater, which I'm wearing right here. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'll post some pictures here just because I am kind of constrained to this lens size in this room here. So I'll post some pictures of the finished object. But yeah, this is the 1031 sweater by Ozetta. And I am using some beautiful farm yarn that I got from Escarpment Fibers, which is a farm here in Guelph, Ontario. I really, really love this yarn. This is probably my favorite yarn I've ever knit with. I really it's so soft. I love the drape on it, and I'm just really happy with how the pattern turned out. Like I said, it was a Alter 1031 sweater by Ozetta. So what I did was just kind of add a little bit of different colors on the cuffs, and then I added the Le Seraphim logo here on the front using some colorwork chart that I created myself. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is undyed yarn, so the natural color. I have worn it a few times. It does seem to maybe pill a little bit, but I guess that's what you get with farm yarn. But yeah, the pattern is just a drop shoulder with kind of a, I don't know if you can see, but it has a really nice design here on the shoulder where you pick up, and then it has a split hem at the bottom here. So yeah, again, I added that little touch of color at the bottom there. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's really baggy, but I really enjoy how it fits, and this is kind of like my style of sweater that I really enjoy. But that's my first finished object since the last video. My second one here, I talked about in my last video, and it was a work in progress. And this is my, I guess maybe fourth, I think, Stockholm slipover v-neck now. And this is made using Shangdrock feathery yak, which is a yak fingering weight yarn, and it's held together with some hand-dyed mohair that I got at a Korean handmade fair. So this was kind of my Korean handmade fair project. And yeah, I just really love the heathering on this. it's just a really beautiful color. It's kind of like a brownish, blackish, pinkish type of vest. I wore this to the Blackpink concert in Toronto, which I thought was really cool. And yeah, just really, really happy with how this turned out. This is one of my favorite, or soon to be, or I consider one of my favorite patterns is the Stockholm slipover V-neck. I think it's just so versatile. It's really easy to make. You don't need too much yarn since it is fingering. So I think like 3 balls makes this for me. So 150 grams of one fingering weight yarn, and then whatever the equivalent in maybe 100 grams or 50 grams in or no, maybe, sorry, 75 grams in mohair or something like that. So just really, really beautiful. Just that nice V-neck. I do think for this one, I picked up maybe a few too many stitches on the armhole. It does kind of frill out a bit, but that's just something that you learn when you are making these patterns. So something to I'll watch out for in the next one. But yeah, this is my second finished object. Sorry, my camera like monitor on my iPad doesn't seem to be working correctly, so I can't really see myself. So hopefully it's still all good, and I'll just try to go through the rest of this episode blind. But like I said, this is the Fimbo sweater. This was a gift knit for my mom. This is by Tetty's Knit Garden. Just a really beautiful sweater. This one I believe was in the size 1 or 2. I think it was the second size, and it's knit up on 3mm needles, I believe, with fingering weight yarn. The yarn I used was Merino Singles by Twisted Willow Yarn, which is a combination of linen and merino. So it does have that kind of linen-y feel to it. It doesn't stretch too much, but is also really soft. I used 2 yarns here, one hand dyed, and, or both hand dyed, but one was kind of this purplish color, and then the other one is this gray with the purple kind of hand dyed speckles with it. The cool thing about this sweater is that you have this lace motif on the hems, on the neck, and then on the sleeves, and on the bottom as well. And then you also have this reverse float pattern, so to create these kind of flowers. So you do normal color work as well in here, but you also have these reverse floats where you pull the float or the float in front of the yarn. This is kind of something that I found is like a signature of Tetty's. I have made another one of her sweaters, and she has that motif in that as well, which I thought is really cool. But yeah, this is kind of like the first time I've seen it. I really like this sweater. It is really small. I don't know. Yeah, I think like if you are like a smaller sized person, you could probably knit so many more sweaters than I'm able to, because my sweaters are like quadruple the size of this sweater. So it just takes a little bit more time. Like if I were to ever knit this myself, it would take me forever with the fingering on 3mm. But yeah, this was my next finished object since my last video. And yeah, really happy with how it turned out. It just started snowing here this week in Toronto, so hopefully a lot of these sweaters and stuff will get a lot more wear out of them, since now it is turning colder and stuff. But my next finished object, which I'll talk about, is the tulip V-neck vest. Is that what it's called? Let me check what the exact name is. This is the Tulip Loop vest by Other Loops, and I've had this one on my wanting to knit list since I had first seen the test of the pattern. I just really love tulips, and I really love this motif that it has of like the tulip cables. So this one is just a V-neck vest where you knit this cable motif with the tulips and the cables on the side, and then you do you don't actually do any armholes, but you do slip stitch at the end, so you get that nice armhole finish, and then you finish it off the hem with a 1x1 split hem rib. The yarn I used for this was some hand-dyed yarn from Surella Yarn from her Eros collection, and I used the color, the main color was Champagne Problems. like the Taylor Swift song from the Era collection. I really loved the green when I first saw it, and I ordered it, and I really wanted to make the sweater, the tulip loop sweater, but I just wear vests way more, so I leaned into making the vest over the sweater itself, and I'm pretty happy with that decision. But yeah, I used her DK yarn in the Champagne Problems, and I held it together with Alpaca 1 in the color Time. So just to add a little bit more of that halo to it, and just fill out the yarn a little bit more. But this was knit on 45 or 4.5 millimeter needles as well, and really happy with it, how it turned out. I've only really worn this once or twice, but I'm hoping to wear it a lot more in the future. But yeah, it really grew a lot when I blocked it. So if you're making this pattern and you think that it looks a little small, once you block it because of the cables, it does grow quite a hefty bit. So yeah, that was my other finished object here. And two finished objects that I have, I don't actually have with me since they were gift knits, and I gave them to my friend. They are both the same pattern, and it is the port jacket, I believe. Yes, port jacket by Ozetta. Ozetta is slowly becoming one of my favorite designers. I really love all their work and all their patterns, and I have quite a few more in my wanting to knit list that I'll talk about later here. But yeah, I've just really slowly been falling more and more in love with Ozetta's patterns. But yeah, I knit two port jackets for my friend and his wife for their wedding gift. There's only a few people, actually, other than him, there's only one other person outside my family that I would knit a gift like this for. So I'm really happy that I was able to knit it for them for their wedding gift. They chose the pattern themselves. I gave them an option of some of the patterns that I had wanted to make, or that I had purchased the patterns already, and they chose the port jacket. And then we went to the yarn store and they picked out the yarn. The one was made in Gepard Woolia in that brown, dark brown or dark gray color, and then the other one was the recommended yarn, and was the Letalopi Istex Icelandic yarn in that light gray. So yeah, and then I just added those toggle buttons, wood toggle buttons, and then just created kind of a hand painted tag on them both with their wedding date on it. So yeah, kind of neat. I'll just discuss the pattern a little bit. The pattern is it drop shoulder? Yeah, drop shoulder construction, where on the shoulders here you have kind of 1x1 rib. So the sleeves actually do grow quite a bit when you block it. And then it also has a folded over collar, and then a 1x1 knit button band, as well as a 1x1 knit hem on the bottom. But yeah, I think they turned out really nice. I really love the matching colors on them too. And I think it was not fate, but I'm big into like coincidences, I guess, or like superstitious things. And the one yarn color was something like it was like 0056, and the other yarn color in a completely different company was 5600. So I just thought that was really cool, and that they both picked those colors without even knowing the colored patterns for their matching port jackets. But yeah, I thought that was really cool, and I think I will eventually knit a port jacket for myself. But since I've already just knit two, I am going to wait a little bit to knit my own. But the two sizes I knit was the size 2 and the size 4. And the size 4 was a bit bigger than I expected. So I think you could maybe go down a size depending what you want to knit or what yarn you're using. But yeah, I would definitely recommend that pattern. I really enjoyed it and really liked that pattern and thought it was a really nice knit. And then finally, my final finished object since my last video, I just finished this week, and this is a gift knit for my brother. If you have been watching the channel for a while, you'll have seen me pick up this yarn a long time ago, but I finally got around to finishing it for him. My brother is a big Ferrari F1 fan, so I did the Nay sweater by Caitlin Hunter in the Ferrari colors. So I used Saunders Yarn Co. Yarn Early Morning DK, I believe, in these colors. Yeah. I don't remember the exact colors themselves, but it's kind of this grayish dark blue, the red here, and then also the yellow. But yeah, I made the Nay sweater by Boyland Knits or Caitlin Hunter, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I really think it comes across like Ferrari. One thing I will say, since I have knit this pattern and the halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter, I'm not really the biggest fan of how they do their sleeves. Like for this sweater here, it is supposed to be 146 centimeter bust, so pretty wide sweater, but the sleeve is so tiny. Like even on the halibut sweater, I thought it was maybe because of the circular yoke and just the way that pattern was designed, but it's just so tiny and so small, and I find it so tight. So I think if I were to ever make one of their patterns again, I would really have to alter it for the sleeves just to make them big and bigger to fit the actual size of the sweater itself. Like I think this sleeve just does not fit the size of the bust circumference of the sweater. But yeah, and in terms of my halibut sweater, like I said, the sizing seems very weird. It's very tight and small. So I actually made the sweater for what it said for my size, but I ended up giving it to my mom because it just fits me like a long sleeve shirt and not a sweater. And it just fits her like the sweater on how I wish it fit me, even though I made it for my size. So something to keep in mind if you're looking to make one of Caitlin Hunter's patterns. Maybe go up at least a couple sizes, or do a couple of altercations for the sleeves. But other than that, yeah, it's just a drop shoulder construction. You pick it, or you actually knit from the bottom up. So this was my first bottom up sweater. And then you do the color work and then knit to the sleeves and then separate the back. Yeah, you separate for the back and the front, then knit up the back, do German short rows, and then knit up the front and do a 3 needle bind off on the shoulder to get this kind of this motif here, and then you pick up the sleeves and do the sleeves. Another altercation I did do is I did change the sleeve color work from doing this motif every 3 rows. I added 2 rows more in between each one, so they spaced out more. And then when I got here, I kind of decreased quite a bit and then did a decrease round like it says in the pattern for kind of this balloon sleeve, because I think if I did the regular decreases, my brother's arm would not fit in this. But yeah, that's my final finished object since my last video. I guess we can discuss my works in progress now. One of my works in progress, oh, let me grab it. My first work in progress is the vest number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. This is the second vest number 1 that I've made. I also made myself a yellow one, which I really enjoy. But this one is for my dad for his Christmas gift, and this is the vest number 1. I'm doing the biggest size, I believe, so 1 up from my yellow size. And I'm holding 3 strands of yarn together. I really like how this vest comes across when you hold 3 strands of kind of very similar but different shades of the same color. So that's this one here, and I'm using Knitting for Olive Merino in the color Blue Jeans, as well as gray Majo Supreme Tweed, and then a light blue Issei or Spinny for this one. And I'm really liking how it turns out. It's just your classic vest construction where you cast on stitches for the neck and then slowly add more stitches going down instead of doing German short rows. And then you work down the body while doing your arm increases, and then you cast on and pick up stitches from one shoulder and then the other shoulder, knit down, increase for the neck, and then attach and knit down and increase for the arms until you are under the armholes, and then you connect in the round. So I'm currently at the point of connecting in the round and just working through the stockinette stitch here. This is my commuting project. I work on this on the train. I have to go into my office twice a week, and the train is about 2 hours each way. So I get about 4 hours of train ride or 8 hours of train ride a week. So getting quite a bit of work done on that one. But yeah, that's my first whip. And then my next whip I just cast on this week, and this is the Busan sweater by Aegyo Knit. This one has been on my to knit list for a very long time. I bought the yarn quite a while ago, maybe a year ago, when the Knitting Loft had a sale on it for the Gepard Willia. This is in the color Eggplant or Aubergine. One of them is the name of the Willia, and one of them is the name of the soft silk mohair. I can't remember which is which, but yeah, I'm using that for the main yarn. And then for the mohair I'm holding it with, I had some leftover Ito Sensei Coke in the color Coke from my cardigan number 9, which I had made. So I just used that, and I think the actual material that's it makes is really, really beautiful. Just kind of that brownish purple, and I'm really loving how it's turning out. But I just started this week, like I said, and I'm just working the raglan increases right now. But yeah, it seems like a really nice pattern. You just cast on for the neck and then work the neck in 2x2 rib, and then you also have your kind of big cable that goes down the front, which is what the sweater is known for. So I just started knitting it, and it is on 5mm needles, so hopefully it'll go by pretty quick. But yeah, really just enjoying this one right now. But that is my last and final work in progress that I'm working on for this video. I do have 2 acquisitions, which I actually got at the Fiber Forge in Hamilton, Ontario this weekend. The first one I got was from Escarpment Fibers, who is the reason I actually went to the Fiber Forge, because they were selling their yarn there. It's the same people that I got this yarn from. But she had sold out of her kind of worsted weight yarns at the Kitchener market, she said, this year. So that's okay. I just got this fingering yarn. I got this in the natural 100% wool in this white, and then I also got it in the color walnut as well, which is a little bit of a lighter brown. And these ones are actually going to become the Honey Bear and Friends scarf. I'll post a picture here somewhere, but it's a beautiful kind of Winnie the Pooh double knit scarf, which I think just looks like a beautiful work of art more than a scarf itself. So I will eventually use these to get around to making that. I believe it's knit on 2mm needles in double knit on fingering weight yarn. So it might take me years, maybe decades, but hopefully I'll maybe finish that one day. But yeah, that's what I got these for. And then the next one is another farm yarn. I really love just going to the markets and picking up farm yarn. I think it's just so much nicer and more special than the kind of factory yarns. But this is from Twin Oaks Farm, which is also a farm from Guelph, Ontario. And this is their tweed worsted, and it's 200 yards per 100 grams. Oh, sorry, this is fingering, and you get about 373 meters or 408 yards per 125 grams. But this one is just this beautiful heathered gray and white. I saw it knit up on a swatch when I was there, and I was humming and hawing if I should buy it, but she said that she doesn't know when she would restock this, and she doesn't sell online, and she doesn't know if the next batch will look as good as this, because it is made from their sheep spot, Mitch and Tangerine. So she said she doesn't know when she makes the tweed if it'll come out the same. But yeah, I bought this, and this is going to be the Moonset Slipover by Ozetta, which is just a beautiful V-neck vest, which calls for kind of a light worsted DK weight yarn. So I bought enough to make that from this, and I think will look really, really beautiful. This will probably be my next cast on after I finish my dad's vest, since I like to have one vest going at a time. So yeah, just only two acquisitions this video. Still trying to work through my stash slowly but surely, but Yeah, like I said, I don't know when the next video for this will be coming out, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And if you want to see more, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. And you can check me out on my social media pages in the description box below. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.